What a ride. What a ride. Welcome to the Gym of All Trades channel. Glad you're here with me today. In this particular video, this is going to be one of two videos I'm putting out today. I want to give a top-down analysis or bottom-up analysis for Litecoin, specifically in this video. We want to look at Litecoin exclusively. I want to ask the question, where are we looking for a major correction if one's coming? So stick around. You're going to not want to miss a minute of this. This video is going to be highly educational as well as informative for you, especially if you're trading Litecoin. Okay, let me just give my disclaimer. I'm not a financial advisor. All right, there it is. This is a risky environment. Just be cautious, okay, and trade with stop losses if you're trading. But I'm not going to tell you what trades to take. I'm going to share with the trades that I'm taking and tell you how I'm spending my money. But I'm not telling you how to spend yours, so keep that in mind. Hey, I want to remind you about our swing trading community, the Litecoin swing trading community on Facebook. You can find us there. Just search Litecoin swing trading community. Make sure you answer the admission questions there, or we don't even consider you as a member. So you've got to agree to the terms there as well. But we keep this environment very clean. It's a wonderful community of traders and people who are learning as well. It's an environment designed for learners to trade, and so you're welcome to come. If you know nothing, you're welcome to show up. Just join in the conversation, ask your questions. We're glad for you to be here. All right. So yeah, well, with that in mind, let's jump into the LTC chart. What we're going to start is with the LTC with the daily. Okay. Hey, while I'm thinking about it, would you go ahead and subscribe if you haven't done so already? That really helps the YouTube algorithm. Go ahead and hit the notification bell as well. I give a video every day, and often I give them in the morning, but sometimes I'll give very quick. If a trade is coming, I might throw a video up as well. So you want to get notifications when those videos come out, so you're ready for the trades if they show up. Yeah, and would you comment here? Would you tell me how I can make the videos better? Would you tell me what you like about them, what you want to hear more of? If you have any questions, throw them down in the comments. Is there something that I do that's confusing you, you're not quite catching on to, you need to know more information about? Just feel free to throw it in the comments. That would really help me. It also, again, help the YouTube algorithm, help me grow this channel. I'd love to get it to 1,000 subscribers in a couple of months. That'd be really awesome. We're about to hit 200 subscribers, so I'm thankful for you guys who've subscribed. All right. Now we're back into the chart. Litecoin. So what we're going to start doing is we're going to take all the principles that we've been learning up to this point, and we're going to apply them to this chart. Remember, an Elliott Wave, a basic Elliott Wave pattern looks like this. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can't really see it because the wave is turned off. Let me go ahead and turn the wave on. There we go. There we go. All right. So a couple of things you got to keep in mind, rules for that wave. Number one, the 4 wave can't retrace into the 1 wave. So that the 4 wave needs to stay short of the 1 wave. Okay. And the 3 wave is most often the longest wave. Not always, but most often. The 2 wave, a couple other principles, the 2 wave generally is the deepest retracer. It retraces the deepest into 1. So you've got this big one, you got this 1 wave followed by a really deep 2 on a lot of times. And then you're going to have a long 3, 4, and a 5, just like that. And I just wonder if I just kind of put this shape over here. What are you seeing? Are you seeing anything? Well, this is what I'm seeing. 1, 2, really long 3 there. Had a 4 and a 5. What do you know? Looks like LTC's close to finishing up. Now there's some Fibonacci tools that can help us out. Well, yeah, there's some Fibonacci tools. We've got the Fibonacci extension tool. We take it at the bottom of 1 to the top of 1. That gives a measurement of 1. And then we extend it from the bottom of 2. And if we pull it over here, we'll see that we had what we call an extended 3rd wave. This 3rd wave went past the 1618. This is the normal place the 3rd wave comes. But it extended past it. It stopped. It didn't stop here at the 1618. It continued on to the 3618. And because it did that, excuse me, because it did that, that's an extended 3. That means the 5th wave cannot be extended. So it needs to be a standard wave. Okay. So how do we project where the 5th wave should end? Well, what we do is we're going to use the Fibonacci extension again. Okay. And we're going to take it from the 1 to the 3. We're measuring the distance between 1 and 3, and then projecting it off the bottom of 4. And the likely target the main target we look for on the fifth wave when we project it like this is the 618, the 0.618 extension right here, and you'll see that we tagged it. We came here and we stopped. Now, so that's from the daily chart. We're looking like this is the fifth wave, and we're looking like we have. The question is, do we have 5 waves within the fifth wave? Now, something else I need to remind you of for Elliott Wave, just so you can know. Okay, many of you know, but many of you are brand new to Elliott Wave, and so I want to help you here. Okay, not only do we have 5 waves in the Elliott count, but within each of these waves, they're going to be subwaves, and we should be able to count those as well. In the one wave, we should be able to count 5 subwaves. Now, you can't see them here because it's so small, so you'd have to go down to a smaller time frame, okay? In the third wave, we should have 5 subwaves, okay? And in the fifth wave, we should have 5 subwaves. These two, the 2 and the 4 are what we call corrective waves. They go against the trend, backwards, they retrace the trend. So they're going to have generally 3 waves going backwards. And so you can see the 3 waves here going backwards against the trend. Okay? Now, those are general principles for Elliott Wave. Now, what we want to do is we want to be able to count 5 waves in this wave. So we're asking the question now is, are these 5 waves complete, or do we have any more upside? Is there anything else to trade? Okay, so let's go down to a 4-hour time frame and see if there's something that we can find. Now, first off, let's not forget that the 618 was tagged up here. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that. Okay, now let's just look at this wave right here. This is the fifth wave. Ask the question, do we see 5 subwaves? Well, I sure do. Do you see them? Do you see them, boys and girls? There you go. There's 5. Boom, boom, boom. There's 5 waves. Okay. So we ought to be able to count 5 subwaves in here, and we can. Okay, got to go to a smaller time frame to see it. Okay, ought to be able to count 3 subwaves in this too, and we see them. We ought to be able to count 5 in this third wave. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we ought to be able to count 3 here. We do. That means we now need 5 in this wave. Okay, first off, let's put the Fibonacci's on it. Just kind of do a measurement of the 1 wave, extend it from the 2. And you can see with the 618, the 3 came up into this region of the 618, the 1618. So we know that that's at least a third wave. While it was being formed, I wondered, is this the third wave? And evidently, no, it's not. We figured that out along the way. So and notice how the 4 wave did not come into the area of the 1 wave, and so you can see that as well. So we got the 4, but it came down close to it, and that's often the case. Okay. Let me just show you. This is why we don't FOMO, by the way, guys. If you were trading in here and you saw price jacking up really fast up in here, you don't FOMO and get in, because you're going to have retracements, especially when you have this big long wave that's the 3 wave. You're going to have a deep, or you're going to have a 4 wave that's going to retrace. And so understand that. You've got to understand that, okay? All right, so now let's dig into this 5 wave. And see what's going on. Actually, before we do that, let's throw the Fibonacci extension on that. We're going to go from the 1 to the 3 now, and we're going to extend. We're going to extend to the 5th wave and see what we have. Look at that. It came just through the 618 and stopped. And so there's, excuse me, there's some confluence there. So again, the extension of this 5th wave has come up to around the 618 extension. So there's 2 measurements now that verify that 618 extension. Let's look at let's go down and just look and see at this wave all by itself. Okay, so let's go down to the 1-hour chart and just dig in just there. Okay, so what we had, I'm going to get this off the screen. A friend of mine keeps telling me to do that, and I always forget to do it. We have a 1, 2, 3 wave. We got 3 waves right here. Okay, A, B, and a C right there. Then we came up. This is a 1 wave. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 wave, followed by a 2, 3 waves going down. All right. This was just so long and drawn out, and they do that on purpose. I'll be talking about that in another video. So if we throw the extensions on this 1 wave to the 2, let's see if I can get them right on the tick here. You can see that we came short of the 618. Okay. So this is where I'm a little confused at this count, and I'm not certain of it. Okay, and the BTC chart isn't helping me much. So this is where I just want to offer you my, how do I say it, my honest assessment here, that I just don't know for certain where we are in the count. I'm going to share what I think is going on, but I want you to know I don't know for certain. Does anybody ever know for certain? I don't think so. All right, so here's the question mark. The third wave, generally comes up to the 1618 or higher. This did not reach up to the 1618. That tells me what we're probably experiencing right now is that this wasn't the three. I mean, it could be. This could be the third wave, okay? Um, but I don't know. And so here, let me show you the two scenarios that I'm looking at. Either we got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and this is complete. We've hit the 618. It is complete and it's done, or we're going to go up a little bit higher. Okay, let me tell you the other possibility that we might be looking at. We might be looking at this. We got 1. This is 2. This whole thing is 3. Going to come down for 4 and finish for 5. Now, I don't know. I don't know what we're going to do. Nobody knows. So how do you trade this? How do we think about it? Let me get a better position for 4. Let me estimate that 4 if this is the case. Okay. First off, also, I'm not sure if this 3 is finished. It could be. It looks like it might be, but we'll dig into that a little bit. So as it's being made, it's hard to tell. We can only talk about scenarios, okay? Only talk about scenarios. As traders, we're just asking, okay, what are the potential scenarios and how can I be ready for it? So just want to keep you in mind about those things. So we're not here to predict the future. We're here to talk about the likely scenarios that are coming so we can prepare ourselves for them, okay? This scenario, by the way, if you watched Friday's video or yesterday, I can't remember when I made it, but man, the trading plan worked perfectly. We were in at 99, which I called, okay? Shoot, $99 to the tick, you're in there, and then you were out anywhere between 109 and 116, and you know, and we watched price action in there, and so if you got out at 114, that would have been a nice exit, and that would have been a nice profit for you. So hope you made it. Hope you watched yesterday's video. Now let's look at this here, see what we can see. What was I saying? Okay, so we're going to consider this as an entire 3 as a possibility. So let's see if we can project the 4 a little bit better than that. To project the 4 off of the 3, you simply just measure with the retracement tool the 3 wave all by itself. Okay, and you'll see how we generally looking for the 382 or the 50% retracement. Okay, keep in mind it can't retrace past the 1, so I'm going to put a golden line of death here. What that is that's just telling me this 4 wave can't come any deeper than this. Okay, so our price targets for a 4 wave, if it is if we come down here and bounce, okay, or if we come down here and bounce, any of those two places, I think the likelihood is usually the 382. That's the more likely candidate. Okay, but sometimes it goes as deep as the 50%. But either one of those places, and we get a bounce from there, that's a good potential trade. I would almost guarantee you that you're going to get a bounce there anyway, and so it might be a good idea to think about trading in this area. So if we get a bounce down here to the 103, you might play that bounce for some dollars, okay, and see what price action does. If you're hoping for it to go up higher, then play it that way. Otherwise, put your stop once you get into profit. Put your stop at break even. That way, it's a free trade. So if it doesn't come to fruition, you haven't lost anything. You can just, you know, it's a trade. So that's a potential way to think about a trade here. Okay. That's a risky trade, but a trade nonetheless, because I believe, remember, once we finish this 5 waves, guys, we're going to plummet. We are going to plummet down, okay? And I didn't talk about that yet, but we're heading down. So it's really a good place in the market just to stay out. But if you say, hey, I want to trade this and for the potential to going up to 120 and I don't want to miss it, well, okay, let's think about how to trade it. So if we get, so what we need to see is we need to see some waves coming down. We need to see this coming down in 3 waves, and we're going to put the extensions on that as it's coming down. So let's just kind of look at this 4 wave and guess, okay, what might that look like if the 4 wave starts coming down, okay? Come on, chart. I've got a little lag in my chart, guys. I'm sorry. There we go. All right, so I'm going to get rid of these extensions. This is the 382 and this is our target, okay? So I'm just going to throw a line here. We're not going to make it a golden line of death. We're going to make this green for the money line, okay? That's the money line. That's the money. That's where we want price to come down here and bounce, all right? That's what we're looking at. Now, so what we want to see is we want to see price coming down here in 3 waves. Now, we're not sure what's going on here. As I get into this smaller area right here, the question, I see 1 2 3 right there. There's 3 waves, and I've measured that when I was trading it. That's the one extension. We got 5 waves going up, and it looks like we're coming down for a second wave. It's a possibility, guys. Again, I'm telling you, it's a possibility that this is going to go up for 1 2 3 4 5 up there like that to the $20 mark. I mean, that's a potential, y'all. I just want you to know that. But let me get rid of that. Sorry, guys. But we're going to watch price here. So if this is a 1 and a 2 or an A and a B, let's see what projection that gives us here. Okay, we got a 1, 2, or an A, B, whatever we got. That brings price down here to the 108.94. Okay, or the 110.09 for the 1-to-1 extension. Okay, so that would put an ABC looking like so: A, B, and C. Okay, which would be kind of a flat. If it wasn't flat, it would look like this 109 there, something like that. Now, what if it's not ABC? What if this is a big A wave, B, and a C, and so it's bigger time frame? Okay, we got a big ABC. Okay, that would look something like this. We got A, B, C, like that. Okay, that means this would be 1 2 3 4 5. We'd be making 5 waves of this A. Okay, so that would look something like this. Hope this isn't too much for you guys, but I'm just thinking out loud with you, thinking about potentials, what might be coming. 3, 4, 5. Because it'd be 5 waves in that A wave. Then we're going to be followed by 3 waves in a B. Okay, so we'd have a smaller A, B, C like that. Okay, and then we would have 5 waves coming down like so in the C wave. This would be a 5 3 5 correction. Okay, 1 2 3 4 and 5 like that. So I mean, that's a potential as well. So we don't know what we're getting. So we got to watch this. How do we know what we're getting? Well, if it stops here at the 1276 right here of this extension, then that's corrective, and we're going to be heading up from there. But if it continues on to the 1618, okay, then that means we're dealing with 5 waves, okay, and we should be looking for a 5th wave, 1 2 3 4 5, for an entry if you want to play this B wave, okay. But if you get 5 waves coming down, you're going to have 3 waves going up, so it's going to be short. So that's what we're thinking about, okay. That's what we're thinking about. Elliott Wave is all about 5s and 3s, guys. 5s and 3s, okay. All right, so my target then to think about a potential trade to the upside for a high probability is I want to see price come down to this 103.76 mark, okay? I'd like to see price come down, let's be a little bit more conservative here. Let's say I want to see price come down to 104. Let's say it doesn't tag the top of that. Yeah, I liked what I had, 103.76, okay? It could, remember, it could come down. Remember, I had that other price target as well right here at the 99.97. So that's another potential. So this target could come down here. You know, again, that's a 50% retrace. Stays within the level of the 4 wave, if that is a 4 wave. But I'm not sure if that's a 4 wave, because you got to remember, guys, this could be the 5th wave, and it's done. It's complete. I want you to understand that, okay? So what we were doing in that exercise is entertaining the idea that this is the top of 3, okay, or close to the top of 3. If price comes down here to the 103.41 or the $100 mark, we might see a bounce up to the 120, and that would be a fantastic trade for somebody, okay? That would mean BTC in its chart would have to be showing it's going up as well. And so we've got to be able to look at that as well. We're going to look at that in the next video, but I'm making 2 separate videos tonight, so you make sure you tune in for that. Okay, so what are the final thoughts here? Okay, let's just zoom out and remind ourselves the final thoughts. And the chart is lagging. lagging. There we go. Now, so what's the question? The question is this 3 or is this 3? That's the question. If this is 3, and it's really a strong possibility that that is, that's 4. This is 5. We may have a little push higher up to 116 or something, but after that, we are done. This thing is done if that's 3. And that means we should expect a steep, steep drop here in the next day or so. Okay? Um, we should expect a steep drop. So that would look something like this. I mean, actually, we should see 5 waves to start us out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, and then we'd follow by 3 waves and then 5 waves down. I mean, we're talking steep correction, guys. Doesn't mean we can't trade it, and I'll teach you how to trade that bear market as well. Okay, we'll be trading it along the way as it's being made. So I won't leave you. I won't leave you alone, but just make sure you're liking the videos and keep watching it. But that's a potential. I want you to know that. But if that's not the case, that means this is a potential. We got a 3, 4. We're waiting for it to come down, and that means the 5 will head up to about the 120 in the 120 ballpark. In that, yeah, I'll know better as we make that 4. I'll be able to make a projection of the 5. I mean, I can do it now, but you know, it's kind of, I don't want to get pie in the sky here. I'm much more of a short-term trader, guys. I mean, I think long-term, yes, but I tend to play the smaller waves and follow the waves as they're made. So we're looking at 122 possibly. 122.74 in that ballpark right now as a guess. I mean, if this alters a little, we're looking at 121.50. It just depends on where we actually come. So I can only guess and give you you know, ballpark right now if this is a 3. So if that's a 3, our ballpark area is going to be right here. Yeah, see, don't you see it? Our ballpark area is going to be right here. Okay, anywhere in the 120 to 125 range, I would say. That's what we're kind of looking at, if that's a 3. I don't think that's going to be the case, guys, based on the macro count. I really don't. So I really have a hard time with this count, but I'm still considering it and watching it. Okay. Now, if this is a 3 and we're coming down, I think a good high probability. I think what you need to do is, as this wave is being made, okay, you need to learn how to use your fibs. You're gonna have to learn how to trade on your own, guys. Okay. As this wave is being made, you're going to put your Fibonacci's on this and extend it and follow it down. Okay, this is what I do. So as this is being made, there's my Fibonacci's. So I know if we get a bounce off the 110 and we go up, then we possibly have a 1, 2, and then we're going up for 3, 4, 5. But if it doesn't bounce there and it only get a small bounce and then it comes back down to the 1276, if we get a bounce there, it's again a possibility. But actually, if we get a possibility there, then that means we're making the 1 followed by a 2. Okay, so if we continue down to the 1618, that's going to be a measurement where a 3 wave would be. So this wouldn't be ABC anymore. This would be 1, 2, 3. Okay, and if it's 1, 2, 3, it's going to be followed by a 4 and a 5. 1, 2, 3 would be coming down here. 4 and a 5. So you've got to really watch this. You've got this is going to tell the tale. What do we do right here when we get to 110 or 109? Do we bounce there, or do we go up or do we continue down? Okay, so that's what we're looking for. So the crucial mark is going to be 109.34 for now. We're going to watch that and see. Okay, we're going to make that a red line because that's the red alert line. Okay, so we're going to watch that price target. If price bounces here at 110.41. Or at 109.34, if price bounces on either of those, okay, and goes up and makes a new high, then we're heading up to the 125 region. If price, most likely, if price doesn't bounce here and it continues below those, then we're coming down here. Where would let me remind you where we would be coming here. We'd be making a little pit stop at 107.53 with a little bounce, and then we'd continue down into the 106 region for a 5th wave in that ballpark. Okay, but keep that in mind that we might come down here to the 103 ballpark, and if it does that, this would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 And if that's the case, that would be a big A wave followed by a B. So I would say we have a high likelihood trade. If you see 5 waves coming down, we got a good trade in the B wave. Okay, we can trade that B wave. So don't be afraid, and I'll cover that as this wave is being made. I won't leave you hanging. All right, that's just a review. I hope that video wasn't too long. I hope that's helpful in helping you think about the market. Let me leave you with some encouragement here. Let's go back to the daily chart and let me just show you what we got going on and um, why hodling sucks. Okay, I'm a believer in hodling sucks. That's my mantra. Okay, doesn't mean now if you're not a good trader, hodling might be the best way to go. But learn to trade is what I'm saying. If we've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay, let me show you what we're looking at. This is beautiful, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're done. You know what follows a 5 wave? ABC. A, B, C. Oh man, we're going to get a discount. What kind of discount are we going to get? Well, it could be that. It could stop right here at the $67 range. That's good. That's a good place to stop. Where else is a good place to stop? Oh, right down here at the top of one. You say Litecoin can go down to $41? Yup, it sure could. Could it go up from here? Well, I guess anything's possible, but not likely in my view. Not likely in my view at all. But you do what you want to do. I trade it as it comes, and so if I see information that's telling me we're going up, then I trade it that way. I'm ready to do it. Some people razz me for well, you don't know anything, and I just got a hater post the other day today on Facebook. It's just like they don't watch the videos, and those of you who watch the videos, you know what we're doing. You're on board with what we're doing, and you know that the other day's video came true. So anyway, these are the scenarios we're looking at. So we're gonna have a big correction here. We'll be able to follow that down using the extensions and project. But man, that's where we're coming. Man, would you not love to see a $40 correction, knowing what you know now? Because if price came down here to $40, I'd be all in. And this is the wave I'm hodling on, that third wave. Oh, buddy, buckle your seatbelts. We're going for a ride. Let me show you. Let me show you. Let me get you excited here. Okay. You see this wave in the grand scheme of things? Watch this. What if we got, let me just take these off for a second. Now we're dreaming. Now I'm having some fun. Let's get blue here. And this is the 1 wave. I'm going to expect a 2 wave here. 3, 4, 5. Now let me just show you what that looks like. Let's do the extensions on it. It's $213. Sound okay to y'all for Litecoin? If you buy it at $40, if it gets down there, you better believe it. You better believe that's an amazing buy. Well, what if we get an extended wave and it goes up? That third wave goes up to the 2618. Shoot, what if we get an extended wave that goes where that third wave goes up to the 3618? Buddy, what does that mean? Oh man, we've got some stuff coming. This is getting exciting. Okay, you can kind of see. I think we're forming a 5th wave, guys. I don't have a problem seeing a $500 Litecoin in the future. I don't have a problem seeing it at all. Okay. So there you go. That's what we're looking at. That's what I'm thinking. Now, just keep in mind, everything I just shared with you are my thoughts and opinions. It's the way I'm currently seeing the market right as we speak. As new information comes in, we will certainly offer that information to you. So that's what we're looking at. I'm looking for a dip here pretty soon, and then we're going to go up from there, and then hold on to your hats. That dip may take a long time to play out. Okay, guys, it just may. You need to understand that. So we'll be trading it on the way down. All right, I've talked long enough. You guys have a fantastic Sunday night, and I'll talk to you on Monday. Bye-bye.